And we begin this hour in the Eastern Cape because over 200 people have been evacuated in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro due to flooding overnight. In fact, evacuations began early this morning with people housed in community halls. Many roads in the metro are closed due to localized flooding, raising concerns about the bridge over the Kruis River on Rocklands Road leading to Kariega. In areas like Motherwell and Gqeberha, residents are still trapped in their homes. Let's get to the latest. Bring in SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi, watching developments and joining us now live from Gqeberha. And Lerato, my goodness, what we're able to see already is the extent of the flooding, at least where you're at. Help us place your location and what you're able to ascertain from there.
A very good morning to Ayanda. We are now in Mission Vale, where certain residents here have been evacuated. But unfortunately, Ayanda, not all of them have been evacuated. When we arrived here, we were shown one of the worstly battered affected areas where residents here, as you can see in shot behind me, water has been coming into their homes, and some of them are still inside their homes and are now trying to salvage what they can from what is really a disaster. Like you said, 200 people evacuated from their homes, but unfortunately some not being able to be evacuated. I'm going to try and walk my way to one of the residents. Her name is Juanita, and her house, Ayanda, is the house that you see in the corner that is cream in color, that is currently literally drenched in water, and she's going to speak to us as to how the series of events happened to our house being currently underwater. Juanita, let's just first talk exactly when did the water start flowing into your house, and obviously we can't walk there because of the extent of the water and how deep it is, but how badly is the damage in your house?
It's very damaged because my furniture is drowning on the water, my bed, everything. Last night, this morning about 2 o'clock, I was standing up. I was sitting on the chairs the whole night till this morning on the chair, bare feet, with my grandchildren and my husband. And the house is still full of water.
And Juanita, obviously it is quite cold. I mean, we've just been standing here for about 10 minutes and I can feel the cold coming from my feet. How bad is also now health-wise and inside that house? And you've been sitting here in that cold house since 2 a.m. this morning with children.
It's cold, and it's very, very bad there inside, and it's full of water still.
Dada, also you're obviously the man of the house in this household. We had flooding in Gqeberha 4 months ago, and I'm sure your area was affected. What promises were made to the people of this area in terms of trying to ensure you guys are moved away from floodplain areas like these?
Oh, they come with a machine here and dig up this hole here. There's a hole here. It's a big one here. It's this one that is blocked now. That's why the water is coming there. They say they are going to clean it. They clean it. But now the children are throwing things there. That's why it's blocked again.
When there's true stuff inside, did you guys report it to the municipality, and what did they say about fixing it?
Yeah, we reported it to the councillor, there's Boyson. Then he answer us, then he clean it up. We still today, this morning, we talked to him. He said he can send the people here to.
Mama Juanita, people here are being moved out of this area and evacuated to areas of shelter. Are you guys looking into that just to safeguard yourselves as well, or would you want to obviously try save what you can from your house? Would you be willing to move to a place of shelter?
The thing is this, we can't move here now at the moment because here is a lot of crimes happening here, and we are scared to move because we can't leave our house like this here alone. So we're going to stay here in the house, in this wet house now.
But darling, where do you sleep though?
I didn't know where I'm going to sleep tonight because last night I wasn't sleeping. I was sitting sleep on those chairs because the couches, everything is wet. So I don't know where I'm going to sleep tonight with my grandchildren.
Absolutely heartbreak, Ayanda. You heard for yourself. I'll just also show you just another squatter camp area here just to my right, which is also literally drenched in water. The area here, there's absolutely water everywhere, and the residents here are really appealing to the municipality, those that have been evacuated, trying to assist more people in their houses currently trapped due to the water here. And my colleague Gqeberha is showing you the extent of the flooding in this area. But really sad to hear from Juanita saying that although the municipality has made provision for temporary shelter, she says the area here is so marred by high levels of crime that it would not be right for her to leave her home because she may come back to an empty house. So saying she's going to perhaps just stay in her house throughout the night and make sure that her stuff is safeguarded. So really very, very sad to hear that at a time where she should be going to a place of shelter, at a time where her and her grandkids should be going to a place to safeguard themselves against this localized flooding. She says it's better to actually stay in her house to keep herself safe. And you can see from the extent of water on my knees just how deep this water goes and how badly, above all, these homes and the lives of people here have been affected by this localized flooding.
Yeah, absolutely. Really a sobering sight, to say the very least, Lerato. But what we're also able to see, I mean, as you tell the story, the lens that your cameraman is using is already drenched in some of the water drops there, which suggests to us that the rain is continuing, and in fact the situation may very well get worse.
It's definitely going to get worse. Just in the past 24 hours, Ayanda, we had 150 millimeters of rain falling in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, and the weather forecast have predicted rain throughout the whole course of the week up until Friday. So we're going to see this raining pouring hard. It does stop here now and then, but when it comes down really hard. So sadly, the sight you see here in Missionville is going to get worse because the weather service is saying this rain is not going to stop anytime soon. If anything, Ayanda, is going to intensify up until Friday. And you ask yourself, if these houses are like this now, only on Tuesday, and we're going to have certain amount of rain flowing this way up until Friday, how bad will issues be and how bad will things be for the people of this area of Missionville?
Absolutely. Pets obviously not spared. We're seeing a dog there with some residents, I imagine, trying to also stay above water and get to a much safer, cooler place. Lerato, how prone is that area to this kind of flooding? Essentially what I'm trying to ascertain for everybody else around the country is how unprecedented this is.
Yeah, it's definitely prone. This is quite a flood-lying area, and you heard the resident earlier on saying that a couple of months ago, 4 months to be specific, there were floods in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, and officials from the NMB Municipality were here to try assist the residents who were also affected by the rains back then. But I think specifically the issue here is the issue of a burst sewage pipe, which they say then makes the water rise even above higher going to their homes. They said they did try to report it and nothing has been done even after they reported it because children keep on throwing stuff inside the sewage pipe and then it therefore evaporates again. But the issue of these areas, I mean, throughout the years, Ayanda, we've covered the specific area where when it rains, it becomes like this. So it's not anything new at all. And residents here saying, I heard a resident here saying that, you know what, things have got so bad in this area, they need President Ramaphosa to come and intervene. And intervention being moving the people here to proper houses, building the people here proper houses, because when it rains, areas like these who are in low-lying floodplain areas are going to become the first victims of localized flooding.
Yeah, without a doubt. And one wonders how much longer the residents there who've decided to stay put will be able to remain there. Speak to us, Lerato, about the journey to that particular area. I mean, we just have a general sense of the extent of the rainfall throughout the Eastern Cape. How easy was it to navigate through other communities before you arrived there?
It wasn't easy at all, Ayanda. I mean, from our SABC offices to here normally takes us about 20 minutes. It took us close to 45, if not an hour, just to get here. Just the road, I mean, Stanford Road is completely filled with water. As you come into Missionville, the traffic is so tight because people can't move because the road there is closed. Roads like at Rocklands, key road areas that go into Gqeberha area, also badly affected by the floods, are really looking badly. So transport has been affected, especially transport for schools. We have heard, Ayanda, that a specific school in Kariega, matric pupils may not be able to ride due to the water and flooding of those roads. So driving into Missionville is a huge mission. I can't even speak of driving into the township area where we are. We've had to try find shorter routes to drive into. There's a route to try to get into here where our bike would just not make it if we tried to go in, and we have to try find alternative shorter routes to come in. So the roads, various roads in Gqeberha have been closed. Key roads within town, within the N2, the Rocklands, Lapland also closed. So various areas in Gqeberha and also Kariega have been affected, especially the roads, the key roads which come into Gqeberha itself and also Missionville have also been affected by these floods.
Yeah, you mentioned schools. That's the next question I was going to ask you about, Lerato. I'm seeing a lot of young people where you're at. I mean, I imagine, of course, their priority now is to try to get to a place of safety. And that suggests to us that many people are unlikely to make it to school today.
Absolutely not. I think when we arrived here, what was so sad to see these young people who should be at school assisting their parents to remove what would be furniture inside their homes. All the houses here, as you can see for yourself, are literally covered in water, halfway through within water. And we saw young people who should be in school assisting their parents to remove chairs, to remove microwaves, to remove tables out of their house, because like Jonita said, the key thing now is to try and safeguard or just pull out anything you can from your house, because if you don't, your house might just become a criminal site for criminals who may come in and try to steal your stuff. So a lot of young people, very concerning, and you ask yourself, you know, these are probably 11, 12 or 10-year-olds who should be in school, and why are they not in school? Because it's definitely school time now, but instead they're here. Some of them, I'm not too sure why they're here, but here, some of them, when we did arrive, we saw them literally helping their parents to pull out some of their stuff that was literally drenched in water inside their homes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Lerato, you've been standing on that floodplain, I beg your pardon, for quite some time, so we'll allow you to get to a place of safety lest you develop any kind of sickness. But great reporting as always. Lerato Fekisi, live to us there from Mission Vale in the Eastern Cape. As you can see, really devastating, to put it mildly, what's taking place there, especially in a context where residents are saying it's actually nothing new. Whenever there are heavy downpours in that part of the country, this is the results that they typically anticipate. We'll certainly keep monitoring the story for you throughout the course of the day, by the way.